On March 24, 2015, the world was shocked by the tragic crash of Germanwings Flight 9525 in the French Alps. 150 people lost their lives that day, their families left with nothing but unanswered questions. The official investigation concluded that the co-pilot, Andreas Lubitz, deliberately crashed the plane. But for many, that explanation just wasn't enough. The circumstances surrounding the crash were just so weird. And where there's mystery, there's always a conspiracy theory. Okay, so picture this. You're thousands of feet in the air, idyllic scenery below, when suddenly the plane starts acting weird, like really weird. That's what some people believe happened on that fateful day. Could someone have hacked into the plane system remotely, taking control from the pilots? Was it some high-tech terrorist attack? I mean, we live in a world where practically everything is connected to the internet. Our phones, our cars, our refrigerators. So why not planes, right? The idea of a plane being hacked is terrifying, but not entirely impossible. Experts have raised concerns about the vulnerability of aircraft systems to cyber attacks. Think about it. If someone could hack into the plane's autopilot system, they could essentially control the plane's movements from anywhere in the world. They could override the pilot's commands, lock them out of the cockpit, and, well, you know the rest. It's like something out of a movie, right? But that's the thing about conspiracy theories. They often blur the lines between fiction and reality. Now this is where things get really juicy. Buckle up, you guys, because we're going deep into the rabbit hole. Some people believe that the Germanwings crash was not what it seemed, that it was part of something much bigger, something sinister. They believe that the crash was a cover-up orchestrated to silence someone or something on board that plane. But who or what could be so important that someone would crash an entire plane to silence them? Was there some high-profile whistleblower on board, about to expose a government secret? Or maybe a witness to a crime carrying evidence that could bring down a powerful organization? And let's talk about the alleged lack of evidence. Some people claim that crucial evidence, like the black boxes, were tampered with. They point to inconsistencies in the official reports, raising more questions than answers. It's like a puzzle where the pieces just don't fit. And when you have that many missing pieces, it's easy to see why people start to fill in the blanks with their own theories. Okay, this theory is a little out there, but stay with me. What if the Germanwings crash wasn't an accident at all? What if it was a deliberate act of terrorism, disguised as a tragic accident? The term false flag refers to an operation designed to deceive the public into thinking that a group or nation other than the perpetrators is responsible. In the context of the Germanwings crash, some conspiracy theorists believe that a powerful entity, perhaps a government agency or a terrorist organization, orchestrated the crash to achieve a specific political goal. What was the motive? Well, some believe it was a way to justify going to war, to demonize a particular group, or to create a climate of fear and instability that would allow them to consolidate power. They point to historical examples of false flag operations like the Reichstag fire in Nazi Germany as evidence that governments are capable of such deception. It's a chilling thought, isn't it, that something as horrific as a plane crash could be used as a pawn in a larger political game. All right, let's talk money. Because where there's tragedy, there's often someone looking to cash in. Could the Germanwings crash have been an elaborate insurance scam gone wrong? I know it sounds crazy, but hear me out. Some conspiracy theorists believe that the plane itself was heavily insured, and that someone, perhaps someone within the airline itself, stood to gain financially from the crash. Was the airline struggling financially? Were they looking for a way to get out of debt? Did they think they could pull off the ultimate insurance scam? And then there's the question of the victims' families. Did they receive unusually large insurance payouts? Were there any suspicious circumstances surrounding the payouts? It's important to note that there's no concrete evidence to support these claims, but the possibility of insurance fraud, however remote, adds another layer of intrigue to this already complex case. The official report on the Germanwings crash was pretty clear. The co-pilot, Andreas Lubitz, deliberately crashed the plane. Case closed, right? Not so fast, say the conspiracy theorists. They claim that there are discrepancies and inconsistencies in the official report that just don't add up. They scrutinize every detail, from the flight data recorder information to the eyewitness accounts, looking for any hint of a cover-up or a deliberate misdirection. For example, some people question why Lubitz would go to such lengths to crash the plane. Was he really suicidal, or was he forced to do it? And if he was forced, who forced him and why? They also point to inconsistencies in the timeline of events, questioning whether Lubitz was actually alone in the cockpit when the plane went down. Could someone else have been in the cockpit with him? Could they have tampered with the controls or threatened him in some way? These are just a few examples of the many questions that conspiracy theorists have raised about the official report. And until these questions are answered, the doubts and suspicions will likely persist. The official report placed the blame squarely on the shoulders of Andreas Lubitz, citing his history of mental health issues. But some conspiracy theorists believe that Lubitz was made into a scapegoat, a convenient fall guy to protect the real culprits. They argue that Lubitz's mental health issues were exaggerated or even fabricated to deflect attention from other possible causes of the crash, like mechanical failure or pilot error. Was Lubitz really suicidal, or was he simply a convenient target for blame? Was his medical history manipulated to fit a predetermined narrative? Some even go so far as to suggest that Lubitz may have been drugged or hypnotized, his actions controlled by someone else. They point to the fact that no suicide note was ever found, and that Lubitz's behavior in the days leading up to the crash was not consistent with someone planning to commit suicide. It's a controversial theory, to be sure. But it raises important questions about the role of mental health in aviation accidents and the potential for exploitation and manipulation. While these conspiracy theories offer alternative explanations, they remain in the realm of speculation. The evidence overwhelmingly points to the co-pilot's deliberate actions. However, the questions and doubts linger, a testament to the enduring power of mystery and the human need to make sense of the unthinkable. The Germanwings flight tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the deep scars that tragedy can leave behind. It's a story that continues to captivate and haunt us, prompting us to question what we know and to grapple with the uncomfortable possibility that some truths may forever remain hidden. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content on aviation mysteries.